Hey there, welcome in. We're going to get some divine messages. Take a deep breath. One more. All right. Let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light, so it is and so it will be. All right. Someone's wishing on a star. I wish I may. I wish I might get this wish. I wish tonight. Look at the star, Ace of Cups. Someone's like a very strong, like intuitive in the sense that like they create like other energy. They're fluid, okay? They're maybe a bit lofty, maybe a bit withdrawn, a bit dreamy. I am getting someone is, connected with, a lot of energy when it comes to like love and the stars. And there's this like cosmic being here that I feel from these two cards. It's like, but you wouldn't know it looking at them. You know what I mean? Like they're so modest, maybe. Someone could be very modest. Someone could be very like not flashy, not boisterous, not someone who really like focuses on the appearance of things. I feel this is like very, I don't know. I'm not getting it that this is energy that is extravagant. Very rooted in nature, very connected to nature. Water is very significant. Reflection, mirroring energy, very significant. And connection to source energy. And emotions, like they hold memories. So there could be like things coming back from memories. This could be in this lifetime or other experiences. And then someone receives messages. Okay, birds are very significant. Okay. Here we go, guys. All right, we have a King of Swords and the Moon. Goddess energy. We have a super moon right now. Ace of Pentacles. A blessing. Planting a new seed. Three of Cups. Maybe creating something new. Something that is being observed. Maybe there's energy here that might have laughed at what you created originally. Maybe because they didn't have the understanding or the knowing. It was like hidden. Maybe this blessing or gift that you have, it was hidden from people who didn't have good intentions. Okay. I feel like this was a sense of like protection, not rejection. You may have been like hidden in plain sight or something to this effect. Like something that was like under the surface. Like in order for it to surface from the subconscious, there was something that needed to be reached. Some sort of expertise, level, perspective, insight that needed to be unlocked and reached. Like you may have gone through like your own personal challenge, obstacle, like your own mountain to climb. Maybe not everybody knows the mountain you climb to get where you're at. I feel like there's the shadow energy here. All right. And then there's this water that just kind of like flows in between. And so there's a reflection. There's also this energy of like illumination and, seeing things with a sense of clarity. So using the intuition, tapping into the subconscious. gaining this, insight, this higher wisdom and knowledge, and then grounding it here and applying it here. This is something that you could be celebrating. This is something that could be increasing for you. This could be like, again, I was picking up on like promotion energy. I was picking up on like maybe something you do is now generating something like in the form of a flow. Maybe this is a cash flow increase. This can also be starting something new, like establishing yourself new somewhere else, somewhere maybe you're going to become familiar of, like you're going to be out and about and experiencing life. It's like having fresh roots, creating fresh roots somewhere. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Put that in the reverse. Okay. All right. Three of Pentacles and the Emperor. Huh. This is, I'm getting this as an opportunity. Okay. This is like a blessing. This is a gift. This is an opportunity to use your gifts. Okay. And it very well could be like to help others in some way. It could be the sense of like building something that would benefit a community, or helping someone solve a problem, or I'm getting like there's an Emperor energy here. So this would be somebody who's maybe an entrepreneur, someone who has their own business. They're looking for top talent. This could be something that you seem to be a good fit for. So sometimes we take our experiences, our journey for granted. Like your prime time when you're prime time, right? Like what is going to be for you will be for you. I feel like this is all playing out in perfect timing. Okay, Page of Wands. This may take you on a bit of adventure, right? I feel like you might travel, you might have new experiences with new people. You may feel like a kid again. You may need to consider kids. I feel like it's an experience of a lifetime is what I'm getting. We have a King of Cups. And we have, is this in the reverse? A Tower. I'm getting, is this past energy? All right, King of Cups here is like avoiding the fact that everything that they've created up until this point is falling apart. It's like they can't deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. Maybe they're wanting to create some sort of interference here. Not wanting to let something end here. Queen of Cups. Oh, so I'm getting like the King of Cups has their eye on what opportunities you have coming in while they try to escape their karmic relationship and the fall. It's like it's the fall of the false kingdom. All right, that's what's playing out over here. And it's like their back is to this person, right? So there's a lot of distaste here. They're very focused on what you have going on and who you're talking to. Like, they're obsessed here. Yeah, look at, yeah, they're like, where, what's going on over here? Look at this. Look at Eight of Cups, like you're Audi 1000. Eight of Wands, you're even more Audi 1000. You're like, peace. Yeah, I feel like there's no, this isn't going anywhere. All right. And you left this in the past a long time ago. You're not even looking back. You're moving forward. Okay. It's like, don't look back. There's nothing new there. You have places and people to go. No, is that how it goes? No. people, places to go. People, places, things. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Yeah, someone's going to be stuck dealing with their own muck, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault, and it's not your problem. Okay? Yeah. They'd be very happy to offload this on somebody, okay? Because they're not used to dealing with their own stuff. And I'm getting like they very well, you know, maybe, you know, having to carry the heavy load. Kind of like you might have had to carry the heavy load. Maybe they were, you know, living off of someone else and living the high life here, thinking, you know, whatever. But I feel like things have changed, or things will be changing. Someone may be resisting change too with the Tower. Okay. Yeah, 9 of Wands over here with the Queen of Cups. Someone feels like they're in a difficult spot with this Queen of Cups. They're not wanting to stay in this situation. They could feel trapped. Someone feels, what I'm getting is the blockage here. Someone feels like they're a victim in this situation, which is quite funny, right? With the Devil energy. Yeah, and this is kind of where we started, was the Star and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so it's like someone's holding on to maybe the past. The reason why they're doing all of this was for the sake of appearances, and maybe, you know, they lost a good one and they can't admit it. I feel like someone's ego is bruised, okay, with the Devil. I feel like somebody rushed into something that now they're stuck in, and they're dealing with the burdens that that decision made, and you are free and clear, and you're not holding on to the past. You don't feel burdened by this. I feel like whatever shitstorm you were left with, you made something like beautiful out of it. Maybe like new handbags, or something that is golden, something that is grounded, something that is going to like pay it forward. Again, like, you're not here to, I'm getting like, you're okay with whatever's experienced here. I think you're in the energy of like, you know why certain things played out for you, right? You've done that reflection. You've gone within and tapped into your higher self, your inner consciousness, your feelings, your emotions. You've done a lot of processing, like this fountain, right? There's a process in which it purifies and stays clean and keeps running. I feel like you do this, right? You might take very difficult things, and you're able to process them in a way that, you know, replenishes as well. So it may add up to something that is substantial. So I know I'm kind of talking broad here, but what I'm getting is that whatever might have been some sort of restriction on you only helped you build it stronger, right? The foundation just got built stronger and stronger and stronger. So what was meant to break you actually made you. And I feel like that's probably their biggest bug about this whole thing, like their thorn, because they kept trying and trying and trying and trying. And it's like they paid a lot of money, all right, to try to keep you stuck. But, you know, they made a deal with you know who. And that's not for you. That's for sure. Look at, yeah, there's an ending here. You ended a massive cycle in your life. And this is like you being able to move on from these karmic contracts. You learned what you came here to learn. Congratulations. Beautiful job. And now you protect your peace. Now you know that your love is you know, bliss, right? This is you choosing bliss, creating from a place of bliss. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy is ego death. So that could be what is being led here, is to an ego death. That also is this energy here. This feminine could be going through an ego death here with the devil, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. This is like spiritual attack energy that will end up being a catalyst for their ego death. So the stuff that they were doing, trying to attack your abilities, your gifts, will actually affect them in return. All right. And then I have King of Swords. So I feel like you have a direct channel here. You receive and share messages, okay, through intuition, visions, and dreams. I'm also getting a King of Swords, so this could be like Archangel Michael, this could be the divine, this could be any of the angels, spirit guides, ancestors, past loved one. You receive the guidance. Yeah, your soulmate twin flame is on the way. Redirect your thoughts to more positive thinking. Create Earth Angel special mission. I have get more connected, meditate, spend time in nature. You might be working with a group and creating something associated with this, like teamwork, working with others, okay? Working on a mission, a collective mission. I was getting like the other day that some of us are being asked to like go to certain ley lines, locations, places, spaces, okay? For the sake of connecting, okay? There is something that we're meant to receive and ground. You yeah, I feel like somebody wants to work with you here. And it might have something to do with your abilities, okay, to connect and pray. So I'm getting like maybe this represents like you having some sort of like business and your job is that you work for God. Okay. This also could represent the fact that you prayed for something and it's on its way to you. It's coming into your physical reality, okay? The Emperor would be master of the physical reality. Okay, and then I've manifest the life you desire. I have the towers happening to those who did this spell work, okay, and came after the collective. I have abundance, financial stability, and blessings are coming your way. And that's clarifying the devil, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. I feel like you walked away because you didn't know who you were dealing with. They were a snake in the grass. They were fake. They were a con artist. And they had very dark energy. You were sleeping with the enemy. All right, there's marriage and divine love playing out for the collective. Beautiful. This could have been a false flame, or someone didn't see things clearly and fell for an illusion that someone was their twin or soulmate. They may not have listened to the guidance or the intuition or the prophetic dream or message someone gave. So it's like someone didn't listen to the intuition. Look at divine justice and universal laws playing out. Make sure that you sign documents carefully before signing. Make sure you read them carefully. I feel like somebody made an agreement and didn't check the details. So now they could be bound to something or in trouble as a result of something that they agreed to. Maybe they made promises they couldn't keep. I'm getting like heavy on the responsibilities here. Someone's feeling very burdened and overwhelmed by maybe a contract that they entered into with this karmic energy to the point where it's kept them blocked. Okay, Four of Pentacles. In the near future, you could be packing your bags and going and traveling. All right. Or there's secrets being revealed, okay, and truth coming to light, and someone being exposed. I'm getting within the near future, like what goes up must come down, right? It's like this spiral. Okay. I feel like we're going to hear information about the social media stalker and troll. What are they going to tell us? There's that ego death. Someone's going to go through an ego death. I'm burping, so I don't know if that's a sign for anybody. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Oops. We have false masculine, low vibration, watch for red flags. Okay, we have Archangel Michael coming in to protect. We have someone has no morals or integrity here. Someone showed their true colors, right? It's almost like they were tested with with an illusion of something, and they took the bait. And it was like a test of loyalty, a test of honor, a test of integrity, morality. And I'm getting like, yeah, their real true colors came out. So you were able to see exactly who you're dealing with. Archangel Michael showed you who this person was. Okay. And how they're not for you. Yeah, I'm getting like you very much could be attracting a new job or desiring a new direction. All right, you could feel like an outcast or a black sheep, or this energy now is the outcast, black sheep. Okay, I feel like someone's trying to communicate through music. Maybe you do. You receive a lot of messages through music. Like frequency. You could hear a lot of ringing in your ear. I feel like your happiness, joy, and emotional fulfillment is what's being brought into your life to balance the scales. Okay. Okay, someone may have lost a job or gotten fired here. All right, they could be going through the dark night of the soul. The ego death, the dark night of the soul, these are all processes of the awakening, okay? Your spiritual awakening. Your worthy I am statements, okay? Remembering that, like, you have what you need, okay? Someone could be experiencing, you know, some health issues. This could be spiritual disease or sickness. And I feel like it's because of this black magic, okay? This is not going to affect an earth angel, all right? Not in the way that it is intended. However, it'll be a frequency match to who's sending it. So this could be playing out in their present moment here. So this could present as like mental health issues. This is as a result of doing like this kind of work. All right, so someone could be dealing with like all kinds of issues here. I feel like it is also associated to this, right? So what they do for money is to feed the addictions that feed, you know, the manipulations, the control, the, you know, the negative energy, the siphoning, it's like this vicious cycle playing out here. All right, I feel like someone needs to let go of any past pain, anger, bitterness, and resentment. That frees your soul from anything that they would want to do to you. Yeah, there's that tower moment, destruction. Okay, sudden change. Shit hitting the fan here. I feel like it's going to affect the toxic friends, okay, who they associate themselves with, okay, and who was engaged in helping to stalk on social media and troll and all of those actions that they took, right? Pretending, right? Being manipulated and controlled by this person to do what they say, right? I feel like tower's coming for the friends, the toxic friends. Okay, what else? Yeah, they're going to learn a karmic lesson. Okay. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but Bonnie and Clyde energy, like these two. All right. It's almost like they're each other's own, like, yeah, they're each other's own karmic lesson and demise almost, right? Look at this. The tower here. I mean, I have the tower over here. Okay, someone is like resisting this change, resisting this ending, trying to prevent maybe what was done in the dark to come out, but they don't have control over that. Yeah, they're going to go through a dark night of the soul over here. They're going to experience God's wrath and judgment over here. Okay. I feel like they have no connection to spirit. They have no ancestral protection. Okay. I feel like they've racked up karmic debt, where you have been releasing karmic debt. They've been accruing it. I have divine feminine, high vibrational energy represented as the Empress. So this served a purpose as it relates to you going through your lessons, helped you to release karmic debt. All right. Being that they're still doing the same old, and they're still in this karmic connection and karmic lesson, they're accruing karmic debt because they're not learning and healing and progressing through the situation. All right, there's a lot of energy that, you know, is low vibrational. It's fat. It's surrounded in, you know, deception, betrayal, and dishonesty. Like, this is not energy that you can trust. Okay. And then I have someone receiving a new job or a career. Divine Femme. That's who that's for. Karmic third party involved. So if you're wondering, like, this is still playing out over here. Someone's lying about a third party. Okay, someone thinks they're getting away with it. It could be the false feminine. Okay, watch for red flags there. They could be lying about being in a third party with someone else and your past person. I feel like they're possibly, you know, trying to create some sort of success, abundance, and stability for themselves. I'm getting that they could be trying to, like, gold dig or, you know, get in between another couple. Maybe this couple has more financial means. Maybe it's more promising. I'm getting like this false feminine's moved on. And now I'm finding maybe this energy is now in a third party, or maybe this is what's being exposed, is that, like, this is what goes on behind the scenes all the time. And they front like they're a couple and they're happy, but really behind the scenes they have an open relationship. Okay, there's a new home playing out for some of you. Might be part of this move or this job situation. I have make a wish, okay? Because it's coming. This wish is coming. Okay, I feel like they're dealing with fraudulent activity. What they did was illegal. Okay, and it's landing on the toxic friends. Yeah, okay. They're all going to be dealing with legal issues. All right. I feel like air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius showing up. And then I have narcissist energy, toxic, devil energy. Okay. Look at, they're all that way. I feel like their ability to communicate and receive guidance is blocked. They may have tried to block yours, okay, through many means necessary. All right, I feel like, again, confirming that maybe a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, is the karma, or is receiving karma, or is getting karma as a result of. So, whatever that is for you, may or may not fit. But, hey, divine mask. Emperor energy, divine feminine, empress energy. Okay, could be sending signs, synchronicities, seeing symbols, divine communication. You both are light workers, healers, and empaths here. You're both on a divine mission. You're coming into union. Look at, someone is sleeping with the enemy, that's for sure. Someone could be dealing with health issues. Now they're putting the pieces together and they're realizing, oh, I'm sleeping with the enemy. Everything's just getting worse. It's not getting better. Yeah, what's this? Yeah, gold digger energy. I was getting that. All right, so I feel like someone's sleeping with someone else for the sake of money, okay? And they're racking up the debt doing so. So this could actually be financial debt, karmic debt, okay? I feel like your past loved ones visit you while you sleep. And then I have, there's karmic family members involved in this. And I'm getting, they could be part of this fraudulent activity. I'm getting, something about identification with the masks, okay? Pretending to be something that they're not. Pretending to be the person, but they're not. I'm getting like, yeah, there's some sort of identity fraud. Interesting. I wonder if that's the legal issues that was coming up. Someone could be moving, relocating, redoing their home. I have someone has STDs. Okay, so I was getting like someone sleeping with the enemy, and they could be having illnesses. Like they could be experiencing sickness. Specifically also as it relates to this energy. This will manifest. Like this low vibration will manifest. And so it may be very like gross. I feel like there's some unexpected income coming in. Let's see, someone's taking a trip here. There could be some sort of increased promotion, ability to do something different, new opportunity, taking a risk. Someone's a spiritual hater, okay? And then I have working with others to create conflict. And this is what's going to be exposed, is what all they did behind your back to prevent you from healing. Okay? They wanted to continue to keep you in your emotions, upset, unable to heal from some sort of water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, this is who was working with others. This is the one who could be the spiritual hater here. Okay, working with others to come after you would be, you know, someone who has no empathy, someone who has no feeling, someone who doesn't care for what they do and how it affects other people. Okay, they're a spiritual hater. And they involved other people to come after you. All right, you know why? Is because of this. You're a light worker, healer, empath. What else? The angels are with you and protect you, so you don't fight alone. Okay, this person was a player and they were trying to hide it from everybody. But what's interesting is your abilities, your gifts, just you being you, uncovered their secrets. And they've been trying to lie and cover it up ever since. I feel like there's proof that there's this like philandering going on. All right, someone's feeding their addictions. Okay, I feel like someone may have a choice to make. Okay, whether they're going to continue going down the path they're currently going down, or are they going to choose a different path, one that will hopefully help them heal. So it's like the choice is yours. Okay, I feel like there was so much slander, lies, spreading, just like defaming your character by these people. Okay, I feel like it might actually end up in some sort of like physical or spiritual prison here. Yeah, this stuff is coming to light. Okay, I feel like someone might want to reconcile, but you know that like they're just experiencing their downfall and they're trying to get out of dealing with what is their responsibilities, their accountabilities here. So I feel like you see them for exactly who they are. You know, maybe they had everybody else fooled, but they didn't have you fooled, right? So they were running a game the whole time, trying to keep everybody else fooled about what they were doing behind the scenes. You know? So the gig is up. All right, the shenanigans, the tomfoolery, the gig is up. Anyways, you know, it's going to take me a while to sort through these things. I will save you having to watch this. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading, picking up on lots of information today. I hope this finds who needs it, and hopefully you guys are you know, doing what you can to redirect. You know that this is an energy. There's a lot of projection going on. So find ways in which to process and release and let it go. Okay. There's some amazing things coming your way. So stay in there. Don't give up. No quitting. There's no quitting. What's that movie? A League of Their Own. There's no crying in baseball. Okay, so I feel like you guys are on it. See you guys in the next one. Bye now.